too big of a fan of going out on Friday nights anymore, but Friday is still Friday. So Monday the 13th seems like a much more fucked up day because Monday's a day that people hate, and the 13th seems to be something that people have problems with to begin with. So I don't see why there isn't a fuck Monday the 13th movement.
Why do people hate Mondays? Clarify. I actually admire Mondays. Love them. They're happy
I don't
to
have
me.
any problems with them currently, but it's generally because it's the first day back to school, first day back to work. It's your first day back to responsibility. Nobody likes that.
That's why I respect Mondays. I respect Mondays because they keep people responsible. They keep people in line. You know what I'm saying? They keep people honest. Because if it was just another Saturday, they showed up on Sunday, you wouldn't go to work. You'd just be drunk for 3 straight days.
I want to talk about that real quick, that keeping people honest on Mondays thing, because I would like to point out, and I don't know, I didn't look to see any more than what I can see from where I'm sitting, but I would like you to know that you're in the room with 3 quality, honest people. I mean, I can't say that we're honest all the time, but we're good quality, honest people, at least today. Because you left to go get food, your computer's wide open. Mm-hmm. So you're very lucky that you didn't just join the KKK today on Facebook. Or something totally outlandish like that. Because we had talked some funny things, like you almost, the typical, like you punched a puppy and you kicked a baby. And
we almost Hasselhoffed you.
Yeah. But we didn't because we're good people. So we just wanted to throw that out there since you had brought that up.
Thank you guys, nice folks.
But it did come up probably 3 or 4 minutes before you got back. So I just wanted to point out.
If we did it when we talked about it, he would have got us. He would have walked in mid.
Oh, yeah. We would have been typing it out, and you would have walked in and been like, excuse me, it's not your computer. It's not our profile either. But
what are y'all Googling? Porn on my computer? No.
That's another fucked up thing to do to somebody, but you have to also look at it, so it's better but you can put some porn on people's computer that will pull up all the fun ads later in their day.
Just give them a virus.
That's so rude.
Right. We just got to move on from the jerk. It's not April Fool's Day anymore.
It's not. It's Monday the 13th. Big shifty day.
So April 20th is coming up.
About that, what do you have planned for the weekend?
For the weekend, what are you going to do?
Well, I work 420 for the first time in my life.
Like
so
on the day?
On the day.
So where
I get off over at MMD for Georgia.
Oh, nice.
So, I don't know, they might let us off early. I imagine they would.
Probably not before 420.
I don't know. But
they better let you off for 420. At least give you like a 15-minute break.
Right, exactly.
We've been working our asses off over there preparing for 420. I'll tell you that for sure. But the day before the 19th, or it might be the 18th, Zai and I with the Grouch and Eli is at Cervantes, so I might go to that because
that's the 18th.
That's my day off. So
yeah, because the 19th isn't that Method Man?
It's Redman and Method Man and Cypress Hill and
yeah.
Somebody else too. There's 4 people, and then the next day they do it again
in the street.
In the street,
and that actually sounds really dope.
So
you're working on 420 though.
Yeah.
In a twisted turn of Colorado fate, starting Wednesday, it could snow through Monday. So.
Was it snow? I read rain, but I didn't.
It's rain, snow. It just depends on which site you look at.
Colorado weather.
Whatever.
Right, so just prepare for Colorado. If you're coming out here for 420, which brings me to another question. Is this week or next week World Cannabis Week?
I don't know.
Because it's
Both
always
weeks.
the week that it's usually the week that leads up to 420.
I think it dies down after 420.
Right. So
everybody 421's always all like
all right, fuck it.
All burnt out and
tired of crowds, tired of people. So then I assume that it's this week. So happy World Cannabis Week.
World Cannabis Week is April 16th to April 22nd.
Oh, so this year it's gonna fuck people up because doesn't
it's
start.
It's from Wednesday to Wednesday, just like stoners.
It's fashionably late.
Is that Wednesday to Wednesday or Thursday to Thursday? It's definitely not beginning of the week time, and we're not going to start and end nothing on a Saturday neither.
Right. It's like Halloween this week, where Halloween was on a Monday, so you party the whole week before.
Oh yeah, like my birthday. My birthday was on a Monday too this year, so I was drunk all weekend when my birthday actually came. I was like, I'm done. All right, just feed me. I'm going home.
That's funny. We're going to be out in Cali
for
Just because I really want to smoke a joint, although now I've upgraded that to a Magar. We're going to smoke a Magar. I want to smoke a Magar in the ocean. I've done every cannabis cup in Colorado.
Tell the lovely people what a Magar is.
A Magar is a cannabis rolled...
A marijuana cigar.
Cannabis rolled in cannabis.
Right. It's not a joint. It's not a blunt, but it's like a blunt.
It's like a Cuban cigar.
It's rolled like the same lady, like the Cuban bitches in Havana that roll.
Yeah.
With the weed leaf.
Except marijuana leaf instead of tobacco leaf. So it's a true, from start to finish, cannabis experience. So no paper, no tobacco, no nothing, just good stuff. But I really would like to sit in the Pacific Ocean on a beach, where the water's coming up about 5-6 inches, to where it's just kind of making your balls float. If you have them, of course. Sarah, you don't, but understandable. And that sounds like pleasure, because this year, what did we read? That the Cannabis Cup this year is expecting, last year they topped out around 40,000 is what they're saying. This year they're expecting, 60,000 people. So that's a lot of people to be around, It's like a concert, except there's no center focal point. You're just around people that are looking at all the different things and participating in whatever's happening. Of course, this year there's a bunch of new things where the MED is trying to go after everybody for like dispensaries.
Your badge and you go.
Right? If dispensaries can't give out product, you can't smoke there. There's all these different rules that are being, I don't know, I'm glad we're not going this year. On the other hand, if you are a Broken Lizard fan, for those of you that don't know who the Broken Lizard fellas are, think Super Troopers, they will be hosting the Cannabis Cup Awards ceremony.
Will they?
So how that right there makes me, whoa, there's a weird echo that's all of a sudden happening. That alone is enough reason to want to go to the Cannabis Cup and deal with 60,000 other people. But still, I would much rather be in California.
And Jorge Cervantes is going to be there too, the grower.
So we are going to go work the Secret Cup on the 19th up in San Francisco, though, the Bay Area Cup. So I'm kind of excited for that, just because why not? First day on vacation, work a hash convention. You're probably safe to say that we should
indulge,
be good for the rest of our trip out there, and not have to bring a whole lot. May or may not bring a whole lot. I'm sorry.
You should always take Colorado with you, though. Colorado's always the best way to go.
Oh yeah,
you'll get somewhere and be like, "Oh, this ain't Colorado at all."
Well, see, that's the thing. Colorado, you get a fat stinky quarter for $50. Are we talking
quality?
Maybe a little bit more.
Between Colorado and Cali?
Oh, no. It's just, maybe. But, an eighth out there was $50, and that was no fluctuation out there. There's still, even from the store, still $50 for an eighth. Now, the upside to that is that if you spend wisely, we bought an eighth of, somebody else bought an eighth of some OG strain. Maybe it was an original OG. Fucking amazing. Amazing. I mean, stunk. You left it in the car, go inside, come back out. You could smell it outside the car. Kind of stinky. So, sure, it's worth it, but an eighth for $50.
That's a bit much. That feels like high school.
Yeah. That's worse.
That's terrible.
That's terrible. Because there's tax. Let's not forget.
Oh yeah, they do tax. Is it as high? Is the tax number as high out there as it is here?
It's a good question.
Because what's it, 30% here?
We could ask our resident Californian. Do you know what the tax rate for cannabis is out in California, or does it vary per county?
I don't remember.
What a stoner answer! Dun dun dun. We don't remember.
I have my tax records.
Bust out the tax rate.
Oh, speaking of, tax day is this Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't done your taxes, probably want to consider doing that. Procrastinating is generally the way to go in my world, so I haven't finished mine yet. But, Ronell?
I'm procrastinating. I should probably get on that within the next day or two.
Well, I wouldn't wait any longer than 2 days.
Yeah. I'll probably do them tomorrow at school or something. TurboTax, baby.
Right.
I'm poor, so it doesn't really matter. They'll be like 0 all the way up and down.
That's what I'm hoping. Every year, it's like, just please don't let me owe any money. Please, please, please. So that's all I hope for this time too. Is just don't let me owe anything. Are you done? Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, I had a feeling that you probably were. Our producer has this responsible.
It's the Jewish
aura
parents
about him.
aspect of it.
Yeah, he had his done in February.
The day after they showed up in the mail. So, well, what's going on in your world, buddy?
My world is matriculating slowly to happiness. I hope that's the happiness sign I saw a couple miles back. But I'm just kind of just shooting forward, just in school, just doing the knocking the school down. I just finished my 3rd quarter, so I basically only got like 6 more weeks or 10 more weeks of school left. Just hashing it out, straight A's, best intern hours.
All the hard shit, dude.
Huh?
You're through all the hard shit.
Yeah,
the
right.
rest is just BSing.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much, that's what it feels like. Like we're doing a 30-minute newscast. I'm the producer for it. So they'd be like, what do you want to do? I'd be like, just get rid of the sports. Like, I don't really care. I mean, I care. Let me stop.
Because there's only Rockies. Is that why?
No, I mean, we're just putting the newscast together, so everybody I got to read everybody's story. I get to pick the stories. I get to call almost final cut behind the director, obviously. And no, it's actually pretty neat. Then the next thing we do is we're gonna shoot a music video.
That's the most fun part.
And then we got to start doing our career development part, where we start building a demo and a resume, for the industry. And so that's kind of what my world's about. I got my wrestling with this 6-year-old is probably some of the funnest shit I wouldn't recommend anybody going through to do.
Wrestling 6-year-olds?
My daughter is the funnest thing I deal with on a regular basis. And she wants to do soccer, and I feel so bad because I'm in school, I'm interning so hard that I can only pay for it. I can't really take her, so I have to figure out how to get her to and from soccer.
A station wagon, and we can call you Soccer Mom.
I mean, I don't even mind, man. I'll do it.
Right,
if I
because
have
of the Soccer Moms.
Period. Somebody'd be like, "Oh, you brought oranges." I'd be like, "Yep."
I care about the kids.
Yeah, I'm here for the babies. But no, it's
and you going home with one of the babes.
Yeah, I'm a single dad. Little do they know, I'm gonna wear that shirt every practice. My big blue single dad shirt. No, I don't know. I'm just but I'm also trying to. This weekend was pretty extravagant. We did opening day. If you guys have ever done opening day,
we accidentally got close to Denver. Saturday afternoon. And
Friday. It was Friday.
It was Friday. It screwed me over for work, parking, everything.
Yeah, it was there was parking. Okay, what was the highest number?
I hate opening day and St. Patty's Day.
What was the highest?
Screwed me for work, made me like 30 minutes late.
Besides like New York, where was the highest place you've ever seen parking? The price for parking. And what was it?
It was here for Cannabis Cup, and they were charging like $80.
Yep.
They
saw that as $85.
They were charging $80 for the game the other day. I thought that was New Yorkish. Like I was really just.
That's uncalled for. Was it like literally next to the ballpark?
Yeah, it was like the one right there by the
Blue House. You can
park
in the Rockies Stadium for less than that.
I mean, it was.
If I could go back in time and buy something,
I'd have bought an apartment right next.
I would buy land in Denver. Because fuck, a parking lot, you have to do minimal, I would imagine. I mean, there's always more. Whenever you think there's a little to do, there's always a lot. But I imagine there's minimal stuff. Yeah, right. You got to count your money. You got to make sure there's people getting tickets. Yeah, see, I agree. We should take a smoke break before we start ranting about our city officials. Parking lot shit. So we'll be right back.
The law offices of Edson, Maiden, and Matz provide criminal defense, medical marijuana defense, and advice about setting up and running medical marijuana centers, optional premises cultivation operations, and infused product manufacturing businesses throughout Colorado. With offices in Denver and Aspen, we can offer assistance throughout the entire state of Colorado. Give us a call at 303-831-8188. That's 303-831-8188. Or visit us online at warrenedson.com.
Dispensary owners and growers. In today's world, it helps to be insured. So call Cuffle, Collimer and Company, where we provide medical marijuana insurance for dispensaries and growers. Are you looking for insurance that protects you against property theft? Then give Cuffle, Collimer and Company a call, where we include product liability and professional liability, as well as crop insurance for growers. Remember, find us at mmdispensaryinsurance.com or give us a call at 877-335-1234.
Are you a runner? Are you a runner who supports marijuana legalization? Run on Grass is a group of athletes actively seeking to change our marijuana laws. We speak the truth about cannabis, bringing the message through our feet to new ears. Check out runongrass.com to find out more about us, our events, and how to join up or how to sponsor a runner. If you're in the Denver area, please join us for runs or start a group in your area. Running not your thing? Any sport can do it. On Grass. Runongrass.com.
Catch a case on the Mondays. iCannabis Radio has you covered. Happy Mondays with Georgia and Jeremy is back now.
We miss Georgia. She's out today, not feeling so well. So, Georgia, if you're listening, we miss you. If you're not listening, we still miss you. And you miss this.
I don't think she's sick. Personally, I think she just ran super far and just when she looked at the watch, she's like, it's going to take me twice as long to get back. I'm not going to make it. So she's probably on a run. So if she can hear us in her iPad.
Run till her lungs explode.
On grass. She'll run. I mean, that's what she does. She runs. I wish I can get up and run in the morning. I would get up and run bath water. That's pretty much all I can run.
Right. I run the toilet.
Yeah.
I run the sink.
Yeah, I keep my refrigerator running pretty much all day because I'm not energy efficient.
I make sure to take some dabs usually when I wake up too, so I don't run my mouth later.
See, there you go.
Because there's got to be a pain-killing, brain slower down or balance in there somewhere.
So, what else do we got going on this happy Monday?
Oh, good God. I do not know.
420 festivities?
Oh, concerts. Who?
Snoop Dogg, ASAP Rocky.
Who would y'all like to see come to Colorado and do a show, a 420
Everybody's
show?
came here. I don't know if you knew what the music scene was like before weed was legal out here.
I mean,
but Colorado has the best hip hop scene I think going right now. It has Flow 107.1, which plays some of the best classic hip hop. I don't know anywhere in the country that plays that on an FM station besides like Sirius stations and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I got Sirius in the car right now, and it's pretty good. That backspin's pretty nice.
Yeah, but Flow is awesome, and every single hip hop artist comes through. I'd like to see a more variety of artists at Red Rocks besides just EDM maybe during the summer, but that's my only complaint.
I mean, for me, it's like there is just everybody. It's just an influx of artists coming into Denver. Obviously, Burn It Down, whatever they do. But they're still, I mean, like, for me, as much as, like, I want, like, Jay-Z and Kanye to come more often type deal.
Well, they were just here, like, 9 months ago, weren't they?
I mean,
at the Pepsi Center?
Jay-Z came a year ago already.
Okay, a year and a half.
A year plus, because it was a year ago in December. But then Kanye canceled his tour. You remember when he did? That was terrible. But I want to see stuff. I want to see, like the super people. But it's crazy how, like, if you're not into hip hop, like the Kenny Chesneys are rolling.
There's a lot of
the Lumineers type deal.
There's a lot of country going to Invesco, I noticed. Or not Invesco, or Sports Authority, or Mile High Field, whatever you want to call it.
Downtown.
I still call it Mile High.
You know where the Broncos play.
Right.
No, I mean, I really
wonder
like,
have either you been to a show there?
Yeah, I went to U2.
Was that what? I imagine the percussion sucks there. What's it like?
It was honestly, I couldn't even tell you. I was so drunk.
I saw the Ozfest in '97 at Mile High Stadium.
Nice.
Oh, that was probably crazy.
That was almost 20 fucking years ago. Holy fuck balls. Well, open mouth, insert foot.
Ozzy.
But that wasn't my first concert. Doesn't matter. I would like Faith No More to come. They're doing. They just announced the tour and they just added 10 new dates, and none of them are to Denver. So that would make me happy if Faith No More came to Colorado.
That's pretty shitty. I mean, how do you not stop in Colorado? What makes you not want to stop in Colorado?
The elevation is the only thing I can think of. Because Ozzy even came out and said that he doesn't like to come here because he can't breathe. So it's like, Oz, stop being a pussy. Take some of those cool drugs you like and play for an hour.
We have cool drugs that you probably like.
Right. So, yeah, I would like it if Faith No More would show up. That's me personally.
Yeah, they'd be on that bullshit.
Although the Mayhem Fest did announce solidly that Slayer and King Diamond are headlining that with Hallelujah or Hell Yeah. Fuck, I don't even know anymore. Doesn't matter. Slayer's headlining it. That's all that matters. King Diamond is cool, but Slayer. Slayer.
Wasn't Slayer at Riot Fest just this year?
Yes, sir.
Did you go? Did you see him there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was the big joke of was it 3 days?
Yeah.
The 3-day concert is that they put two awesome bands at catty corner stages at the same time on the same night. So
I do remember that.
Slayer was way over there and Primus was way over there.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you have to run back and forth to try to see bits and pieces of each one.
I hate it when they do that.
Oh, it's terrible.
I mean, I know you know exactly why they do that though. Like that, it makes perfect sense.
But that's terrible.
It's like a traffic. It's
Why
like
have two bands playing at the same time, having their music battle each other? And
Well, but you couldn't hear.
No, you can't
either
hear.
one.
It's just that they're two like musics. They're two artists that the people who listen to would like to listen to also. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they're.
Because I've heard stories of Lollapalooza and stuff where you can hear Eminem on one stage and like somebody else on another stage.
Well, you could probably they had the way that the two Western stages were. There was one that would be like facing this way, and the other side was facing this way. So if you stood right in the middle, you could ideally watch both. And if you were really ADD, you could probably hear both and enjoy both. But I don't know. It was different. However, they had it set up than the years before. It's supposed to be a camping thing.
Yeah, but I went also, and I went to go see Weezer. That was kind of my whole thing. I'd never seen them, and they did almost the whole album, Beverly Hills, and
Yeah, that was pretty good.
It was, oh my god! And then their new album was the Blue album, I think it's called, something
That
like
one's
that.
pretty old. Is it?
Is it the Blue? I mean, they did a good portion of their new album too, or the album that it came out at the time, something like that. But they did so much music off their first album, or off that album, that Weezer album. Oh man. But so after 420, what's that 421 hangover gonna feel like for you guys? What do y'all have that Tuesday after the whole thing?
I think I'm going to try to cure the 421 hangover blues by going to the ocean.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough stretch.
You won't care.
It's going to be a tough stretch, but I'm willing to do it.
I used to really care. I used to be like, oh, it's 421. It's going to be 364 more days till I get to party and smoke weed in the streets like it's legal. But now that it's legal, I don't really give a fuck,
Right.
you know?
You live in Colorado now. It doesn't matter. Every day is 420.
And I don't know, everything's not as cool. I liked when it was in Boulder and they weren't spreading fish guts on the field.
Right.
And
Well, they're not going to this year. They're still going to keep the field closed, and they're still not letting people. But they're
in
not-
Boulder was dope because it was right in the center of the campus, you
Right.
know?
It was
And I
awesome.
just remember it might have been because I was like 16, just kind of getting older, and it seemed a lot more epic. But there's like people in the streets like dancing with weed pots, and like chicks walking around with their titties out and nothing but weed plants covering them. And I don't
Because
know,
it
it's just for a 16-year-old boy that was like, oh my fucking god, go get some Chiba Chew down and walk down the Pearl Street Mall. It was the fucking shit. And now it's like, I could go to Civic Center Park and risk getting shot at. I don't know. They should have some chiller artists play there. I don't know who's playing there this year. Do you guys know?
Where?
I don't.
For the 420 rally?
Oh, on the Boulder campus?
No, Denver's.
Oh, Denver's.
Civic Center.
Ross.
Wow, Rick Ross. I wonder what's going to happen this year.
Rick Ross?
Rick Ross is going to do the free concert?
There's gonna be gang violence.
I'm
Probably.
almost
There,
certain.
there always is every
But it's
year.
going to be in the rain, too, though.
But that's because the
Mimosa's gonna be there too, though. He's pretty awesome live. I've seen him. Maybe it was the drugs that helped, but he was really sweet the time I saw him.
just always gangster stuff. It's not.
Like, you have Little Flip there. What do you think's gonna happen in the middle between the two neighborhoods where the Crips hang out and the Bloods hang out?
I mean, downtown's where everybody hang out, too. There's probably like a businessman from Wall Street with his gun out there that day. No, I'm joking. That was just a terrible scene for Denver that day. That was so ugly.
I just remember I was really pissed off. I was standing at a stage and I just read on the internet that there was a shooting, and I was like, we're trying to prove a point here and y'all fucking it up.
And, well, the city is having one of the worst violent springs or years so far to date type deal. So,
You think so?
dude, the people have gotten murdered around the corner from my grandpa's house like 8 times last month. You know what I'm saying? Like, just sitting
The
in my...
same dude?
Nah, wasn't the exact same dude,
He did
but
some fucked up shit, man. To have to get murdered
Hey,
more. Times
They killed him once, they revived him, he went back to his place.
he's a cat guy. He's a cat dude.
He's only got one left.
It was a fucking dog lady that killed his ass, though.
But that's funny. It does seem like the crime has been higher. We've been seeing more stories like that chick who ran over that cop and all sorts of weird
Where's
stuff.
the chick run over the cop? When the cop shot the chick in the chest?
I'm no comment. I don't want to get into that argument. I'm not. I'm unbiased in
But
that
that's what we're
situation.
talking
I'm
about.
uneducated in that situation. I'm just saying that's one of the things that's happened.
That was a
there
big
is-
thi- that was
You
a big
got to
thing.
take all these things with a little bit of grain of salt, especially when there's marijuana involved. And
But most of the stuff there isn't marijuana involved. But could it have something to do with the fact that there's a large rise in?
more people joining
out-of-staters?
joining this. I was thinking about that driving this morning. Why is, like, imagine a day in, like, New York. It's probably times Colorado, like, or Cali or LA. It's probably times Colorado by like 100.
Oh, Colorado's teeny tiny, man. We're going out to Oakland.
That's why every
For-
single murder is getting put on the news, and out there, and not every single one is even talked
No,
about.
San Francisco's population is equivalent to the whole population of Colorado. So
They have
That's-
nothing to talk about, so they're gonna talk about it here.
One thing also that I mean, this is probably my capitalistic mentality. It's kind of sinking in, but the country, Colorado's violence is getting big, especially in like the more urban areas or the more minority areas, is because there's a lot of cash in the city.
well, and
The pl-
because if the weed places can't deposit, man, they're sitting on fat stacks of
So-
cash. I'm surprised
And
there's not
could
more robberies
these
there.
high recreational prices have something to do with it, maybe?
I mean, no, I mean like where there's just so much, there's an influx of cash coming in this city, and people want it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's really like, you know, with the growth of like Kofax and the 5 Points, a lot of stuff is, you know, coming up and growing, and then where with the weed being legal, people are literally coming in here and spending massive amounts of cash. Like good old cold hard cash, not debit, not credit, and there's a criminal element to it in a lot of aspects. But that's what I kind of think is contributing to a lot of violence out here is the influx of literally good old cash money to the city.
That's
You know what
quite
I'm
a
saying?
possibility.
Because people don't just move here flat broke. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying people haven't, but I don't think it's the best of ideas. There's not a person with $20 in his pocket like, let me go to the highest rent in the country right now. No, some people come in. They probably
lot of desperate people who love weed and want a weed job too.
yeah, but there's people who probably just got like 10 G's in their pocket, cash or debit, whatever, and come here and just start spending it.
It's true.
And it's You know, and there's the criminal element that turns into it is where somebody wants it. Somebody wants that cash.
I think a lot of the people that are moving out here too that tried or thought, well, I can make it with what little I have, and I can try, and they get out here and they don't, and they start becoming desperate. You know, they're losing their house, they're going to lose this, they're going to lose that. Of course, they're going to go down and hit the store, hit the person. You know, they're going to rob whatever the fuck they can. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, they're just it's just I that's what I've noticed is just like how many people are coming to this city, and these people aren't coming to this city broke. They're not showing up with just a luggage. They're showing up with a Louis bag.
Well, some people might. I'm sure that there's plenty of people. I mean, if you're in the right groups, you see that there's people moving here with their kids trying to get oil. They're like, we got nothing. We'll move out there. And
I've seen it. No, I mean, like, even the first week, it was when I came home from Paris, the first week it was legal. I met some people from Mississippi. I looked at them. I was like, what are you guys doing? They were like, we came here to smoke. And it's like, well, what are y'all going to do? Y'all going home? They're like, no, we're looking for an apartment. Like, do you guys have a job? They're like, no. I'm like, well, we'll go the fuck home.
Get the fuck out of here.
What are you doing?
Colorado sucks. If you're listening, we're going to take a break here in just a sec. But Colorado sucks. Don't come here. It's cloudy. It's cold. All it does is rains. There's litter everywhere. There's no color.
Period.
Everything's dead. Like, we have no trees.
Nothing.
Like, the mountains, those are just bullshit. Like, it's desert here.
It's colorful Colorado because if you came with a crayon, you can color it. But there's nothing here. It's like an empty plain book. All the lines are black and white and some little gray ones. So, and that's it. It's an I-70's bad traffic.
And there's blue. No, there's no blue sky. Never mind. It's gray out.
Yeah, it's always gray.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Dispensary owners and growers. In today's world, it helps to be insured. So call Cuffville, Collimore & Company, where we provide medical marijuana insurance for dispensaries and growers. Are you looking for insurance that protects you against property theft? Then give Cuffville, Collimore & Company a call, where we include product liability and professional liability, as well as crop insurance for growers. Remember, find us at mmdispensaryinsurance.com or give us a call at 877-335-1234.
Are you a runner? Are you a runner who supports marijuana legalization? Run on Grass is a group of athletes actively seeking to change our marijuana laws. We speak the truth about cannabis, bringing the message through our feet to new ears. Check out runongrass.com to find out more about us, our events, and how to join up or how to sponsor a runner. If you're in the Denver area, please join us for runs or start a group in your area. Running not your thing? Any sport can do it. On grass. Runongrass.com.
The Law Office of Edson Maton and Matz provides criminal defense, family law, medical marijuana defense, and advice about setting up and running a medical marijuana center, optional premises cultivation operation, and infused product manufacturing businesses throughout the state of Colorado. We're focused on providing high-quality service and customer satisfaction. We will do everything we can to meet your expectations. WarrenEdson.com. Edson Maton and Matz in Denver, 303-831-8188, and in Aspen, 970-948-7183. WarrenEdson.com.
Catch a case on the Mondays? iCannabis Radio has you covered. Happy Mondays with Georgia and Jeremy is back now.
And we're back. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So I know that there's new bills in Congress in Colorado this week that I just trying to find, but my computer has restarted now 3 fucking times. I'm almost giving up even trying.
Congress is working? Or that
They need to stop working because everything they're doing is just fucking things up more. Not everything. I'm sure they're doing something good, but in the freest country on earth, we make more laws than anybody else in the world. It's ridiculous.
Well, while you find that, I just read on Denver Post for weed marijuana page. There's an effort to make PTSD eligible for medical marijuana.
It should.
How's that not already
right? Exactly.
Passed.
That should be right. I just feel dumb even thinking that
we love our soldiers when we send them to war, but when they come back.
Exactly. It's hard to even say that. You just feel dumb when we say these things. If somebody from another country was listening, they just got to laugh all the time and think, holy shit, you guys pay for your everything. And then you don't take care of anybody for anything. Our Congress is in the actual Congress. Their average terms so far are 35 years. I mean, what the fuck? We're looking at Clinton, Bush running again in 2016. Do we like dynasties? Do we like having the same stupid people in office over and over?
I mean,
I don't even know what to say anymore.
it's like a monarchy. It's like monarchies fighting. It's like what is Romeo and Juliet, the two families, just at war politically, and we just vote them back and forth.
When everybody fights with, like, people, the Democrats say, oh, it's the Republicans' fault. The Republicans say, oh, it's the Democrats' fault. Everybody seems to forget that it's both people. It's both parties' fault.
There's a red puppet and a blue puppet.
Right.
And one person controlling both. Well, let's not talk about cannabis. Or let's not talk about politics. Let's talk about cannabis.
Right, because fuck all that. I could feel it starting to get heavy in here.
Anybody stoked for going to the Cannabis Cup or have been?
I'm not. I've been.
What? Tell me why you're not in.
Too many people.
You don't like crowds?
Well, I don't mind crowd. Well, sometimes. I'm not a big crowd person.
I hate crowds.
But at these places, it's very, very squished together. There's not anything like courtesy. You know, there's no courtesy water in case you're going to pass out and die because there's 50,000 people crammed into this one room.
There's no courtesy water? That should be illegal.
You would think.
I agree.
But it's available for sale at random points. Last year, I think we had to walk for fucking ever to find a booth that had water. There were no booths that had water that they were giving out.
Hey, you could have a dab, though.
But at the Denver Mart, there was those in-wall concessions. I don't know. We go to so many damn events, I can't remember which ones are what anymore. The Denver Fair, the
Merchandise Mart, the Convention Center,
it's just
county.
It's nonstop, but that's just it. You know, you live in Colorado. If you don't live in Colorado and you're thinking, wow, I really wish that it would go legal in my state, let me ask you a question. I know you can't answer, at least not to where I can hear, but...
So let me tell you a question.
Do you really... Do you enjoy marijuana? Do you want to continue to enjoy it? Don't legalize it in your state. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, it's.
Why do you say that?
Okay, I mean, legalize it because nobody should ever have to go to jail.
Stupid stoners?
No, it just got boring. Like, we're over inundated with it. Like back in the day, it used to be cool if there was a cannabis rally or a.
It's like when you turn 21, drinking's not as fun.
Right.
That is not a fact. When you turn
It's a
21,
fact for
it's
me.
super fun for
It's
at least
not
the
a
first 6
fact
months.
if you like. I don't know. Depends on the person.
I mean, I didn't enjoy drinking.
But I used to party all the time in high school. Now I'm older. I don't have the energy for that shit.
There's just a certain enjoyment that comes in rebelling. And I still enjoy cannabis, but more for what it does for me, not because I get high. I mean, fuck.
I just love the plant.
I don't remember the last time I actually got high from weed.
I'm
noticeably where I'm like,
I'm a junkie. I smoke weed because I have to. Okay, it be calling me, man. It be calling me, man. I wake up, it be calling me. It be on the phone like Ronell, go smoke. So that's why I do it. I don't have cancer. My stomach doesn't hurt. Sometimes I can't sleep, but I smoke weed because I really, really like doing it.
well, but
I smoke weed.
euphoria is not a bad reason to want to shy away from it. You know, euphoria is okay. I mean, we criminalize it in this country, and how dare you enjoy your medicine if you do need it, and you feel better,
And you
it makes you
enjoy
feel
the
good.
fucking way it makes your brain feel.
Right. I mean, God forbid.
When there's people whose brain feels the exact same way when they work out sometimes. Or it releases endorphins. Certain people have certain... When Georgia runs, it probably releases endorphins
Something
and
that she
gives her a
relaxed to do.
high.
Totally.
But there's just so much stuff going on now that's just... Everything is weed.
And
which
for
is,
us to have
is nice, but
nicotine and alcohol, the most unpure way to fulfill those highs legal, it's just funny. For other states.
I just think there's too much going on. I mean, here's something called the CanaCon Denver 2015. It's in June.
And I just imagine a bunch of people in flat brims taking dabs, which is cool, but
it just needs to
you've done
balance
that
itself
once, you've
out.
done that 150 times.
It's all the same thing. So that's really it. I think we're being over inundated with all this stuff, but to each their own. I don't have to go to any of these, so I don't see that they need to stop. There's plenty of people that want to go. So
and don't let our pessimistic attitudes deter you at all. 420 is fun. If you're coming out here, I guarantee you enjoy all the festivities. Like, dude, oh my God, check this out. They're dabbing right in the middle of this building. There's hundreds of people here doing it at the same time. I can't believe this. We're just saying once after it's been legalized for 2 or 3 years, that same feeling won't be there.
No, totally. I met friends from like Amsterdam when like I was like, how come you don't smoke? She was like, we used to do it when we were like kids, when it was like fun. And so then she was like, and she was only like 19. She was like, yeah, after I turned like 16 or 17, it wasn't no fun because we can just get it whenever we want it. It's like, oh, for us, we can get it legal now, but I've been smoking too long just to quit.
Well, there's not a black market for cigarettes or alcohol right now.
Yeah.
I mean, for the high school kids, maybe.
No, this is in Amsterdam though. So
but
prison.
I'm just saying for here, where there's the black market for marijuana will disappear quite soon enough.
We just gotta lower the recreational prices.
Once it becomes affordably.
Until the other 48 states start participating, there will be illegal weed sold all over. It will be packaged up and shipped the hell out to wherever it needs to be, routinely.
Exactly. So get with it. But see, and therein lies another problem. With our country having its 8-year amnesia ordeal, I predict a red year next year. And the Republicans, last time I checked, weren't a big fan of cannabis legalization. They like that conservative. Well, it's been illegal our whole lives. We need to get back to our roots, and all.
I've
these
also
things.
seen polls that if a president wants to be elected, he has to be for it. I don't know. I don't really care. It's all a bunch of BS to me personally. I just don't want them. I think
nationwide.
If they do mess with it, that's the one thing that could really start something crazy, I think. Maybe a revolution. I don't know what to say. I don't like talking cray like that. But there's too many people who came out here. There's too many dispensaries. There's too many people working. They talk about the Keystone XL pipeline and jobs it made. How many jobs did, like, a kid like me where I went through Colorado Media School and I could kiss ass and work for free for a radio station forever till a job position opens up and then maybe make minimum wage, whereas I started with get your badge here, get straight at $10 an hour. You can at least kind of make a living for yourself. The monetary system's kind of fucked, so it's really hard, but you know how it is.
Making $10 an hour doesn't make the monetary system fucked up. That's the job choice. You know what I'm saying? There's people growing weed, people who own it. There's people who grow it. There's people who trim it. There's people who sell it. You know what I'm saying? It's just the process of the business. But yeah, you gotta start somewhere. You gotta start somewhere at the bottom and build up. Shit.
Holy shit! It's 6:47. We got to take our last break, and we'll come back, and God only knows what we're going to talk about next.
Dispensary owners and growers. In today's world, it helps to be insured. So call Cuffle, Collimore & Company, where we provide medical marijuana insurance for dispensaries and growers. Are you looking for insurance that protects you against property theft? Then give Cuffle, Collimore & Company a call, where we include product liability and professional liability, as well as crop insurance for growers. Remember, find us at mmdispensaryinsurance.com or give us a call at 877-335-1234. 834.
The Law Office of Edson, Mayton, and Matz provides criminal defense, family law, medical marijuana defense, and advice about setting up and running a medical marijuana center, optional premises cultivation operation, and infused product manufacturing businesses throughout the state of Colorado. We're focused on providing high-quality service and customer satisfaction. We will do everything we can to meet your expectations. WarrenEdson.com. Edson, Mayton, and Matz in Denver, 303-831-8188, and in Aspen, 970-948-7183. WarrenEdson.com.
The law offices of Edson, Mayton, and Matz provide criminal defense, medical marijuana defense, and advice about setting up and running medical marijuana centers, optional premises cultivation operations, and infused product manufacturing businesses throughout Colorado. With offices in Denver and Aspen, we can offer assistance throughout the entire state of Colorado. Give us a call at 303-831-8188. That's 303-831-8188. Or visit us online at WarrenEdson.com.
Catch a case on the Mondays? iCannabis Radio has you covered. Happy Mondays with Georgia and Jeremy is back now.
And we're back. So, this Thursday, if you're in the Denver metro area, please join us down at City and County Building at 8:30. There was a hearing that was scheduled for Wednesday, but it was rescheduled for Thursday. God only knows why.
What's the hearing about?
Caregiver rights. I don't have all the details on it, but I know that there's a lot of things in last week, this week. I know that they're trying to outlaw home production of hash, any kind that deals with anything, as far as I know. Right now they're saying that the only kinds they're predicting that will be allowed are water hash and rosin, which you can't bust somebody for making rosin at home. It's fucking weed, parchment paper, and a goddamn hair press. So that one's pretty safe, but I mean, I can kind of understand why they don't want people running gas and stuff at home. You know, makes sense.
Careful over there.
Easy killer. So, well, that's a good thing it wasn't wrapped around no glass.
I do have a weed story in. A congressman out of California, his name's Sam Furr, has issued a letter to Eric Holder to stop prosecuting cases of medical marijuana in patients and providers in states where the substance has been legalized, such as California, medically, such as California, Washington, Colorado.
But are they busting people in California at random still, or are they going after people that for legitimate reason? Like they're shipping it, they got cartel ties or something? I mean...
No, well, they're basically, what's happening is the DOJ is prosecuting people who are doing what the state has deemed legal, but they're still federally charging them for stuff because the federal government has not deemed it legal. And since not only this is in Congress and federal Congress in Washington D.C., since they don't have legislation saying that it's okay for anybody to smoke, they're still busting people in the 28 states where the medical marijuana has been approved. I won't say they've all done it. And so, like, I wish that, the government would just wake up and, like, note that the majority of people in this country would like a different outsource than these prescription pain pill drugs for their relief.
Right.
No.
Well, even today, I had to go into my doctor and try to get something better for my migraines, and he kept naming off things. I'm like, nope. He's like, well, there's something that you can take daily to help prevent them. And I said, take it daily? Sweet. No. And then what I finally did get prescribed has fucking something in it that is questionable. So I got to call him tomorrow and talk to him about it. But, cannabis isn't maybe a cure-all, but it sure does help with a lot of things. And it's really enjoyable to go to a doctor's office needing something for pain and willingly turning down the pills that he's offering. And I personally feel good about that. I won't next time I have a headache, but, you know, I don't mind. Because I just don't. Even what I did get prescribed, you know, we read that it's habit forming. And it's like, you know, I'm good. I really don't think I want to take this either.
I do have a follow-up on a story that we did, though.
Oh, good.
We did a story several months back, I want to say probably in January-ish, about the state of Colorado getting sued by Wyoming and Nebraska and Kansas because of their influx of marijuana charges they're distributing to people who have come here and have decided to drive home with stuff that they shouldn't have driven home with, weed. And so they're trying to sue the state for basically for their increased drug crime, like I guess like I don't know how to say, like awareness, I guess, or prevention, everything. They tried to sue Colorado for it. Well, Attorney General Cynthia Kaufman wrote a letter to the court asking to get this thrown out. This is the first time I've heard anything about it since we announced it. They're trying to get it thrown out in court. But the two, the Oklahoma and the Nebraska Attorney Generals, John Berner and Scott Pruitt, are fighting back. They revised the lawsuit, so now the original one it can possibly be thrown out, but they have a backup one in place for it. So you know this is actually getting neat. As soon as I figure out what happens on both ends of the lawsuit, I'll definitely drop back and drop that on the folks.
So Nebraska and Oklahoma, stop fucking suing us and just legalize already.
It's Nebraska, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Wyoming. I'm sorry. No Wyoming, just Nebraska, Kansas, and Oklahoma, or in the lawsuit.
Don't you guys have tornadoes to attend to?
Yeah, they're trying to hit Colorado with the RICO.
Good God.
Yeah.
Seriously, just legalize and make money. That's what we did, and they're making money. I mean, and it's making weed less cool. So you want to really fight back? Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska? Just fucking legalize. Seriously. You'll make lots of money. You'll get over inundated with it. People will burn out. It'll all chill out. Everything will be fine.
I can only hope. But I mean, what do you see in a legalized world? Do you see other countries folding too? Like say the Americas that's turns their weed policy around, because you know Mexico.
I feel like it's illegal in the world because of the United States. I feel like we pushed worldwide drug policy so hard that I mean, because was it illegal in other countries before?
I mean, it's illegal in every country I've been into except Amsterdam.
But that's through UN stuff that
there's
pushes out the worldwide drug treaty or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I think if with worldwide legalization,
do you think it's possible after, say, America folds?
Oh yeah, I mean, even nationwide legalization will happen. It's just I don't know if it'll be a good thing.
On the immediate.
Well, I mean, it'll be a good thing as long as people aren't going to jail for it. But as far as for the plant, it's going to go to corporations and likely drug companies. If the federal bill gets passed and it switches to Schedule 2, a whole lot's going to change. Right now, what's great about it is that you can grow it, and they really, I don't want to say they can't do anything about it, but as it produces its own seeds for us, there's virtually an endless supply of marijuana seeds. So they really can't stop it, but so that gives me hope for the future. That one thing right there is that once this floodgate is opened and enough people learn how to do it, enough of us won't settle for the Marlboro brand of cigarette. You know, and it's not going to be Marlboro. Well, it might be.
No, I see what you're saying, because I think that's one thing that would break weed off from basically tobacco is where you do have the ability to grow it in your basement. So if you don't want to get up and go get that pack, you can literally grow your own.
Now,
You know what
is
I'm
it
saying?
because it's hard to grow tobacco leaf, or is it fully illegal? Is it why?
No, I don't think our climate. I don't think that our climate, you can do it, and then tobacco's not something you would grow in your basement.
A lot of roots.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's not like a. It's just not like a tree, or like a plant you can just grow and have 2 or 3, or like some parsley or something. It's something that like growing potatoes.
I've
A little
not
harder
looked-
to do in your basement.
I've not looked enough into that, but I hate cigarettes so much. I mean, I'm still addicted to this vapor stick here, but it is what it is, not tobacco. And you can make this yourself. It's kind of nice. Of course, you still got to buy the nicotine. But that's just it. That's where I think the future of legalization will end up going. It'll go to corporations.
You can grow at home. Here goes. I found a grow at home kit for tobacco actually, and it's legal.
Interesting.
Yeah. The whole little get down the insects that eat it.
I'm not so sure I'd want to, but it's interesting that you can.
I mean, some people probably want a more natural form of tobacco smoking. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I got to say, for all the people I know that grow cannabis, I never heard of anybody that's like, oh, I grow this amazing tobacco leaf here. Try this.
Yeah.
Never once has
But
that
if you lived
happened.
in North Carolina, you probably would.
That's definite possibility. Definite. But here in Colorado, I've rolled this mighty fine marijuana cigarette.
Oh, yes, I did. I rolled mines in the blunt. Mm-hmm.
And that's, and again, that's the one thing about Colorado that just never gets old, is anybody that you meet now could pull out a jar, a bag, a container, something, and just be filled with something so stinky, so dank that you just won't even know. There's just no swag. I mean,
that is like the greatest shit to disappear. Like, no bullshit. I'm so happy polio and swag are both in the same category in this city because they are extinct. Let me find a motherfucker selling a bag. Like, how much is that? An ounce? $40? Whoa. How do you make money?
right? What would you even do with an ounce of swag?
If I had a pound of swag, I would blow it through a tube and turn it into the shittiest hash I've ever smoked in my life.
See, I like the leaf blower. There's a thing that Tim Martin used to bring around. I don't know where it came from or whose it was, but Tim and Derek and all them would bring this thing around, and I don't know where the weed came from, but they'd throw it in the top, and it would just fill whatever room it was. Doesn't matter how big, warehouses, whatever, just hot box, everything. I would throw that shit in there. You know, a bonfire would be cool too, but you're not going to breathe that shit in. You'd have to have an in-home fireplace. And even then, it wouldn't be good. Because still, then your house is going to smell like swag. But a warehouse, fuck it. Those things
I would
stink
do
like
that,
shit
though. Have
anyway.
like a fucking party of like 1,000 people and just throw like a swag log on this fucking, just a swag log on the fire.
Get like a barbecue pit and bring it inside and start that fucker on fire.
Period.
With weed. I mean, that's the only way you could do it, is just to mass inoculate people. I mean, as long as they knew.
Hotbox the room.
Right. Hey, we're going to hotbox the room with marijuana. Anyone got a problem with it? Get the fuck out.
I don't think
You don't have to tell them
I
that
don't
we're going
think
to
you have to
hotbox
tell
it
'em.
with a pound of swag.
Yeah, I don't think you have to tell them. I think they'll just go, somebody's really smoking.
But see, that's the thing. When the leaf blower was going, it wasn't. I think that it was like, oh shit, that's crazy. And then within 2 minutes, you couldn't see the person in front of you. I mean,
Yeah.
it was that. You're like,
That's kind
this
of
is fucked.
disrespectful.
Well, but it was meant for that. We had parties around it. Like, we're waiting for it. Fuck, 2 more hours. God damn, come on. But
All right, so before we go, I do want to ask a quick question. What weed is going to be in your joint for the 420 holiday?
whatever they put in the Magar that I get,
Oh, you're
whenever
not.
I get it.
But you can't get a personalized, specialized Magar. You can't get like a golden goat Magar.
If you know where they slang that shit.
I personally don't know. I'm just asking. It's like,
I-
what weed do you have to? Would you have to have for your 420 celebration? What's your preference?
Caviar.
My preference?
That's not a weed. That's a weed rolled in something, dipped in something else. What weed? What
I would like to
strain?
have some Gorilla Glue
Usually
course, I'd
it's
like to
sour
have
diesel in my dispensary, does it?
Sour diesel's nice. I'd like to have some Jenny Kush.
Hmm.
Like that would be like a nice McGar to have one of those. Just because it's A, good weed, and B, on principle. But
Makes sense.
but that Gorilla Glue, as long as A, you don't have to drive, and B, you don't have anything serious that you have to
Is
do.
it an indica?
It's a hybrid, I
I
think.
want to try that stuff.
But like
The
I
Gorilla
smoked
Glue?
a bowl of it like 2 weeks ago, and holy shit balls! I mean, it stops your day.
Yeah.
Well,
What about
I've
you,
been
what about you
hearing
Gabe?
about.
Stop my day.
What
Yeah.
weed's going to be in your bowl for the 420?
Told you, sour D,
Sour D's?
caviar, probably a blunt or something, not a bowl. I don't know. I usually have like
So,
10.
so
I usually
caviar
have
with
like
the sour D base.
I usually have things all over me.
So you keep 3 different strains on you at all time type
No,
deal?
like when it's 420, I'll have a bong, I'll have a blunt, I'll have a joint, I'll have a pipe. I'll have my vaporizer loaded. I have all the forms of smoking.
Damn, that's a bit heavy right there. That's like that dude at the beginning of like, I'm going to get you, sucker, who has like every gun. He puts the bazooka on, the twos. It's like, shit, we about to go smoke some blunts today. Not for me. I got to have that golden goat, man, that Hungarian maple chronic. Keeps me awake. It tastes good.
See, I'd like some Durban Poison. That would be nice.
Durban Poison is it's a really good one, too.
It's one of my faves.
It keeps
It
you
is.
up. You could smoke Durban Poison all day.
Yep.
Like, all day.
Yep.
Yeah,
I would like to too. So if anybody has a plethora of Durban Poison, let's talk.
Let's negotiate.
Let's sit down and have a all-day chat. So I guess that brings us to the conclusion of our show for this evening. We will not be doing a show on 420 because we will be doing other things.
Yeah. And it's
So-
not shows.
And it's not the show. So we will see you in 2 weeks. So from all of us here at iCannabis Radio, have a beautiful evening.
Happy Monday.